Alright, so we are back with, I think it's part 4 now, of our blueberry almond ganache for Mother's Day. So I've gone ahead and I have heated up the cream. I've mixed together my berry chocolate with some milk chocolate that I had made. So to give it a little bit more of a, I guess, a variety. And then I do have the almonds here. I might just go ahead and fill these, not fill them, but put a few little almonds in each one and then put the ganache on top. That way when you bite in, that almond is going to be not saturated or lost within the chocolate or within the blueberry. So I think that's probably the best way, not necessarily the best, but I'm thinking it's the way I'm going to do it. So we'll just kind of just put a little bit in each one. It'll give it a nice crusty top on it too, which I think will be pleasant. I like these cavities because they are thick, or deep I should say. I have some molds that are not deep at all, and then you're not going to get a lot of filling in there. So these ones here, I'm actually going to take the whole ones out just because I want to have little bites. And I don't want to put too much in because I do want to save room for that blueberry ganache. I think that's going to be a pleasant flavor, I hope. I always just throw caution to the wind and I just go ahead and do it. I haven't had too much that hasn't turned out very good, so I think they'll be nice. Some of them I see have a bit much in them. I'm only going to do it with these ones. I'm not going to do it with the rose ones. I don't know yet, haven't decided. But the rose ones aren't as deep. And like I said, I don't want to take away from that ganache. So I might just do these ones with the almond and leave the other ones without. I think we're pretty good. There's a little bit more in there. And in there. Try to get just the little ones in there, but it doesn't always work out that way. Alright. So now we're just kind of adding to that flavor, and we get some texture as well. So we've got a nice cream here happening. Looks like I'm going to need another spatula. It's always nice when I have a dishwasher full of clean dishes. Just haven't emptied it yet. And spatula ready. So I'm actually going to use this here. It is bigger. I want to melt everything in one. So add that in it. Okay. And just pour that cream over top slowly-ish. Typically I'll try to do it slower, but I didn't make a giant batch. Typically I end up making way too much and then I've got ganache for days. I just want to do these 2 trays and I'm hoping that they both turn out. The last batch I did of ganache with the 2, not all of them turned out, but it's still lots. So if I can get these to turn out, then that'll be good for my batches. Oh, that looks really, look at that. That looks so nice, and I haven't even added the blueberry yet. I just want to melt that chocolate. So I'm not going to add the blueberry until I get this chocolate melted, because I don't want to take away from that melting. And if I add the blueberry, it's not warm, so the chocolate will not melt, and then we'll end up with chunks. And it looks like we got everything melted really well. It seems to be good. Scrape the sides really well. Try to anyway. I know there's some berry chocolate there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour the rest of the cream in. Mix that up nice. And then I'm going to add, I've got a blueberry spread that does not have a lot of sugar in it, and it's made with wild blueberries. But I do also have whole blueberries. So I'm gonna add this in. Probably that much, I think is probably pretty good, because we are adding real blueberries too. Get that broken up. I try to use as much fresh ingredients as I can and as natural ingredients as I can. So I try not to avoid processed, packaged foods. Obviously, that's not always going to happen, but for sure, most of what I do is as natural as possible. So that has spread up nice. Now I am going to, actually, you know what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to blend this up before I add the blueberries. So I do think that'll give it a nice finish to it. Some days I'm more organized than others. Today I just seem to be out of sorts. Need some ambition. All right. So I'm just going to blend this up. I should have actually got a bigger Pyrex or a mixing bowl, but I prefer these just because it's easier to pour with, and I don't know. It smells really, really good. And I'm hoping it tastes as good as it smells. I'm just hoping it actually thickens. It seems to be, so it's spraying, so very messy. Sorry, I'm covering it just because it's splattering me and splattering everywhere. Sometimes I add butter, but I'm not adding butter to this one. I found one batch, it kind of separated, so I'm not bothering to add it all the time now. Now, it doesn't seem to be thickening, so I'm actually going to add it to a bigger bowl. I forgot to put my apron back on, so now I'm covered in chocolate and blueberry mess. I will need to change my shirt, but I'm going to put my apron back on for now to catch what? did come out. So let's just see here. It's gonna have to keep, I'm gonna have to keep going with it because I do have to get it to thicken. I should have actually thickened it before I added the blueberry spread. But hindsight, right? I mean, I'm still learning, and it does have to cool too, so I think it'll probably thicken as it cools. So I might just leave it, set it aside for a few minutes. It does look like it's starting to thicken a bit. So I think we're on the right track. I'm gonna stop it here. I'll come back when this is thickened up a bit. We'll mix it up and we'll put some blueberries in it. And then we'll start filling. So stay tuned, check it out. If you like what you see so far, please hit the like button. And if you want to see some more good, bad, screw-ups, whatever I might be doing that day, definitely subscribe and check out my videos as they come. Thank you. We'll be back.